In this video we're going to look at the functional structure of businesses. Now this is one of the basic models and it's commonly used by larger organizations. It's one we come across quite frequently in our study of organizations, and it's one that's often referred to in the literature. So it's a structure with which we should be familiar. The main element in this structure is to allow individuals to be grouped according to their occupation or function in the same department. So it's looking for similarities in work, looking for activities which are linked, and then grouping them under a particular heading. So it's getting similarity into the same areas of the workplace. Its type of structure could be closely related to the bureaucratic structure, which involves a strict division of labour, formal rules, procedures and accounting. So it could be related to the bureaucratic structure. We're not going to deal specifically with the bureaucratic structure here. It's the subject matter of separate videos. But just to give a feeling here in the context of the functional structure, bureaucratic structures are, as the name suggests, highly controlled, and there's a detailed understanding of what goes on within the function, and management are heavily committed to ensure that the function operates according to the rules that they set out. Well, functional structures have a similar type of relationship. It's possible for the management to know where activities take place because the activities are grouped according to similarity and they come under specific headings. So once the management know that there's a particular function required, they know where the function is located because the organization is structured in that manner. Having a hierarchy in a structural functional department provides easier career progression as well, because personnel within the functional structure can show their ability more easily, and it's possible to contrast different personalities within the structure, contrasting with people doing essentially the same functions. So some will be very good and very adept, some will be very talented, some may find it difficult and may not be very motivated. So it's possible for the management to understand the personalities that are involved within the various functions, and future managers and future foremen or women can be selected more easily because there is a constant reference point. They're able to see all of the workers performing essentially the same tasks. Some will be very productive, some perhaps won't be. So it's possible to select from amongst them. If we look at a functional structure, we would start with the senior management. Then we go down to the various functions. Production could be a function, marketing, accounts, human resources, research and development. There may be others. Depends on the nature of the business. Depends on the product that's been produced. Depends on the corporate strategy of the business, what the business wants to be, perhaps in 5 years' time or in 10 years' time. It may be contingent upon the type of market it operates in. But we can identify various functions. That's the point. The point is we can identify production as a function, marketing as a function, and so on. And in fact, these may be broken down further. We could have production of product A, product B, product C. The marketing may be broken down. Some people may deal with after-sales service, some people may deal with customer contacts, and some others will deal with market research and so on. So we may have these various broad structures we've got here, these functional structures. We may have these subdivided as well. Depends on the complexity of the business. But we can see that we have got various types of substructure possible. Now, this structure is efficient because it's easy to collect all of the same tools and equipment into the one area. The workers within that area understand the tasks, they're able to support each other, give advice, there's an expertise within the area. So it is quite an efficient way of organizing work by function. The employees become experienced and gain a competency in doing the job. They're learning by doing, but also they're building up their skills by performing the tasks and watching others performing similar tasks. And so the whole, in a sense, culture, work culture, is determined by the function, and they're able to relate to each other. There's a better spirit amongst the workforce because they have something in common. They're working in the same area. They have a clear understanding of their responsibilities. They know what's required of them. They know what to do. The disadvantages: there may not be sufficient communications between the functions, and as a result the organisation is difficult to coordinate. The functions perhaps don't talk to each other as much as they should. For example, marketing may not link to production as often as is ideal. Marketing should keep production informed as to what's likely to be future sales or future trends or whatever. Perhaps the research and development department is working on its own. It's not talking to anyone, whereas in fact it should be working hand in hand with the marketing department because they know what customer needs and requirements are. So there may be too much emphasis on the functions as currently set out, and not enough communications between the departments. They may become over-focused on their own goals and objectives and paying less attention to the organization's overall objectives. So some functions may become totally wrapped up in what they're doing and really don't pay too much attention to what the organization as a whole requires. The structure is seen to be more of a bureaucratic type where there's little room for flexibility to occur. The people within the function know what's required of them, they know what the tasks they have to perform, and they set about doing those tasks. They're not interested that much in varying the tasks, or perhaps they're not very interested in being innovative. They don't want to change. They're set in their routines, and that may be a problem for the organization, especially when it wants to introduce a new product or vary an existing product. This may be seen as disruptive within the various functions. So that's our brief talk about functional structures, the meaning of functional structures, the advantages and disadvantages. And that's all we're going to deal with here. So let's leave it at that and say thank you for watching.